Good morning, everybody. Gary here. It's a Monday morning. I hope everyone had a safe and fruitful and fun 4th of July weekend. A lot of heavy drinking going on, a lot of food consumed, I imagine. I don't drink anymore, but I can imagine some of the stupid fuckers that got their arms blown off or their digits blown off, after the 4th of July weekend. Guy comes into work the next day, goes, "Yeah, I had a great 4th of July. I spent myself about $150 on a couple boomsticks and what is what happened. But I had a great time. Drank a bunch of whiskey too." That's not going to be the subject matter today, but I want to start out with something like that. I lay in bed in the morning and I come up with this content. I go to bed thinking, come morning time I'll have some content rolling around in my noodle. Every morning I lay in bed and think about that shit. And I go, I'll get up, make my coffee, and go, I think I'll talk about this today. It's amazing how things work. You got to find your chi. That's where mine is. Hold on a second. Today we're talking about big booties on women. That was rolling in my head today, and I got to talk about it. So I want to know when it all started. And I got thinking about that. I think I know what happened. So I'm 65. So when I was in junior high school, women, girls, and even teachers for that matter, didn't have big asses on them. If you saw a big ass or a big booty on a girl, it was because she was fat. She was built like a bell pepper. A little stem on top and then a whole fucking mess below. And that's when generally women had them big fat asses on them. Wasn't considered anything to look at. We just weren't trained to see that in junior high school. Junior high school was back in, oh God, the 70s. So yeah, I'd say 68 through 75, right in there. Grade school and the junior high school, right through all that. Women were built like, sticks, really. They had, they didn't have giant boobs and they didn't have big asses. I blame a lot of that on food. The food that people consume today, if a woman or a guy goes to the gym and wants to develop their body, it's generally related to just a strict workout and a strict diet. So back then, there wasn't a lot of processed foods. There weren't. I mean, a lot of people still cooked at home and all that stuff. My mom always cooked home cooked meals. All my buddies in the neighborhood, all their moms packed lunches for them. Here, little Johnny. Here, little Joey. Here's Sally. Here's your little brown bag. And we all went to school with little brown bags. And they had food in them. That was made by mom. Nowadays, kids are eating garbage. Garbage! When I worked in the food industry in retail, they'd have these things called Lunchables. It comes in a box. And all it's in the box is processed garbage. And they'll have like little chunks of bologna, little pieces of cheese, little crackers, and then the outside of the box has these fun faces, and it's big Lunchables, little Lunchables in these little packets, and then big Lunchables in the boxes, and it's made by Oscar Myers, and it's like it's huge. I mean, it's huge. We sold tons of it. Oh, Mommy, I want some Lunchables for my school lunch. I want them. Can I have them? Okay, little Sally. I'll get a whole... And these women would grab whole stacks of them and throw them in the basket cart and proceed. Whatever happened to making lunches for your kids? Those days are gone. They've been gone. So, which brings me to the subject at hand. So I think I'm old enough now where I can look back and think, okay, at what time, what generation, what year did the big booty craze start? I'm going to say, so it's 2025 now. I'm going to say maybe in the late 90s, right in there, late 90s, early 2000s. you started seeing girls with bigger posteriors, bigger rear quarter panels. And it wasn't everybody, just a few of them. And I think I know what happened was it started with the Kardashians, right? That would be like something like that. But it could have been before those people. I tell you what happened was, forget about that. What happened was there was this young gal, take a fictitious person, a young gal in her house in middle America, and her mother goes, you know, Mary, your backside's starting to get really kind of big. Your behind's getting a little chunky. I think you should cut back on some of that processed food. It's really starting to be disgusting. I'm just your mother. I'm saying I think you need to work on making that a little bit more, get that under control. I'm just saying, because I love you. And I want you to be like the rest of the girls. I think you should try to work on that little behind of yours. It's too big. It looks like Aunt Margaret's, and she's in her 90s, and she has an excuse because Aunt Margaret's old. But you're young. You're only 17. You're going to be going to prom next year. I think you should work on getting that smaller. Her daughter goes, well, Mom, there's a couple of boys in school that say they like my booty. I got them to get me some of that booty, Mom. They loved all that booty. They go, oh, I want to get me some of that. I want to get me some of that booty. They like it, Mom. They like it, Mommy. They love looking at my booty. That's where it all started. That is exactly where it all fucking started. You get a couple dudes in high school. They go, man, look at all that ass. Look at all that ass. Damn, I want to get me some of that. You see it all the time. I mean, I see it. It's just like, that's how it started. That's exactly how it started. So then fast forward to, let's say, let's take a number, 2010 on. 2010 to present day. You had these women of all ages killing themselves in the gym. Killing themselves with glute exercises. Squats. Leg raises. Gotta build that ass. I want to build that ass. It used to be where athletic women, by accident, would proportionally firm up all over their bodies. And if they were track stars, high jump stars, sprinters in track and field, their glutes got a little bit bigger than the woman or the girl that didn't work out. Naturally, they had bigger asses on them than women that didn't work out. But they weren't trying to deliberately grow them. It just came. It came with the turf. If you were going to be a sprinter that ran the 100-yard dash in high school, well, by God, and all you did when you trained was strength exercises, but you didn't really have to exercise. You didn't have to work your glutes. It came naturally with what you did. You were a sprinter. Look at race horses. It's a good example. Quarter horses. If you're not familiar with horse racing, I'm going to just shift, give you an example here. Horses that run the Kentucky Derby, that's a 1.25 mile run. They're usually taller, longer, leaner, built for distance, speed and distance. The quarter horse, on the other hand, is the reason why they gave it the name quarter horse, because they generally run a quarter mile. But there's sprints. They run sometimes 200 yards, 300 yards, quarter mile, and they come out of the gate and they bolt like a motherfucker. And it's amazing to see these things run. Oh my God. They run so fast. I mean, they're balls out from the gate to the strip to the finish line. It's worth watching sometimes. But sidestepping that right now, the rear end of that animal, of a horse, is a lot bigger than a horse that runs a Kentucky Derby. They're just built different. They're built for speed. And they're bred that way. So they got that big ass. So backstory, let's go back to the woman that's running the 100-yard dash in high school. She's going to have the bigger back side, the bigger glutes, because she's running sprints, right? So today, in today's standards, and that will say that was back in the 70s. Back in the 60s. That was back in the fucking 50s. Naturally, when you work out at an exercise, at your craft, whether in track and field, you had a bigger backside. You just did by accident, you just did. But these women today are killing themselves in the gym. And it's like, and then it's peer pressure's got to be killing these young girls in high school. It's like, Mom, I wish I had a booty like hers. But honey, your booty's perfect, girl. You're just naturally formed. Everything's perfectly put together, honey. Don't worry about Sally's big ass on her. It just doesn't look right. She's not proportioned, honey. She's just not proportioned. She's a tiny little thing. She's a skinny frame. And if you look at her sideways, she's got this big old bookshelf coming off her side. It's not normal. She looks deformed. You don't want to look like her. She's deformed. She's deformed because she's been in the gym killing herself trying to get that big booty. So while these athletes out there and thugs and these street gangs or guys on the high school, losers or even athletes, man, well, get me some of that booty. I want to get me some of that. And it's a trend. And I was thinking, when's it going to end? You know, when's it going to end? I think it's fucking hilarious. All the peer pressure. You know, and you get these people that are naturally built slender. I'm a slender guy. I'm 6'2". I had a girl say to me one time, she goes, "You don't have an ass on you, Gary." I went my whole life. Dated a lot of women. I dated a lot of women. No one ever said that to me before. I had to wait till I'm 65 now. I had to wait till I was like 60 before some lady said, "You know, Gary, you don't have any ass on you." Really? Oh, I never even noticed. I don't look in the mirror that way. I've never had anyone complain about it. And you know why it just happened then, 5 years ago? Well, it's because it's the trend. It's rolling down the road. It's rolling. And it's going to keep going. People are making millions of dollars in these gyms. People are making millions of dollars with these machines that come up with these newfangled ways to build that ass. Oh, this newfangled glute machine. You too can do this at home for only $199 a month for 12 months. You could have this machine. And then they're all gung-ho, want to do this machine, boy. I'm going to get a big old booty. I want to compete with my friends in high school. All those girls are going to hate me. And then 6 months from now, it's a coat hanger for clothes to dry on. And they're still making payments on that glute machine. It's like the fucking treadmills. You don't hear too much about people getting treadmills anymore. I want to build my legs. I want to get big tree trunk legs and calves. And I'm going to have big legs. No, those days are behind us. It's the booty now. I wish I had the foresight to look back 25 years ago and think about that shit. I'd be me. I'd be a millionaire. I'd come up with a glute machine. Or like what's that? That commercial you see on TV, you saw on TV for years. Oh, 15-minute abs. Goes down 7-minute abs. And then they show you all the exercise you could do to flatten your stomach and make your six-pack stomach. The only problem with that is you got to actually get on the fucking floor and do the exercise. People go, "Oh yeah, I want to have a six-pack abs, and I'm going to get the 5-minute ab thing, and I'm going to get that for $19.99 for 3 payments over 3 months, and I'm going to have that video on my DVD player, and boy, I'm going to have those abs. You watch, I'm going to have those abs." Well, you got to get on the floor and do it. You got to put the fucking donut down. You got to stop drinking all that fucking beer. Oh, no more milkshakes. No more processed food, Junior. Oh, no. See, it all takes dedication. And it's a mindset. You got to stop eating garbage. What does that guy say one time? I joined a gym years ago, and he goes, no workout, no good workout can compete with a poor diet. And as you think about it, there's a lot of truth to that statement. If you're working out like a mofo in the gym and you're killing yourself in the gym, and you're working on building those muscles and building those abs and building your booty, because guys are going for the big booties too. They're going, I want to get my ass looking good too so I can have beefcakes. Yeah, when I go to the club, I want women looking at my ass too. Hell yeah. They call them beefcakes on guys. Yeah, I want to get me some of those. So they're killing themselves in the gym, these dudes, these young guys, kill themselves in the gym. And then they go home, they smash down some McDonald's cheeseburgers and, garbage, just to name one company. McDonald's is one that came to my head, but or just smash down a half a gallon of ice cream, just garbage, eating potato chips and junk, just junk food, just junk, loaded with sugar, loaded with salt, loaded with garbage. Turn the bag over and look at the ingredients of all the processed shit you're eating. Man. And the list is like this long. I can't read the ingredients. Fuck it. But I wonder why I got a big flabby gun on me. I've been doing the 6-pack abs workout. What a waste of fucking money that was. Fucking liar. I can't have those abs. He lied to me. It's a vicious cycle. I'm just stating the obvious. It's going around my noodle up here, but I'm going stating the obvious. I got lots of content, and every morning I wake up and I think of shit to talk about. Thank God I don't fucking put more videos on every Monday and Thursday. Yeah, and I'll just come up with more content. But you think about what I'm talking about today, that's a trend, and that trend's here to stay, people. It's here to stay. These women, these young girls in high school, junior high school, that are not athletes. They're in the gym building the booty, building them glutes, so they could look hot for the guys in school and stuff going, get me some of that ass. I got to have me all that ass. Where's the priorities in life? That's another subject completely. But anyway, this was a short video today, and I'm usually charged, so I'm supercharged first thing in the morning, man. I tell you what, I get up, do some exercises, and I go get my coffee, and I'm a fireball in the morning. Even more so now because I'm retired. Fuck. When I was still working, I had to be up every morning at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. It took me half an hour to get to work. I like to give myself a couple hours in advance to get myself going in the morning, because I am a morning person. 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. That means I had to be in bed every night by 8 o'clock. That's some bullshit. Thank God I'm retired. I'm so much more relaxed. My blood pressure's way down. It's beautiful. Anyway, I'll catch up to you guys on Thursday with some new content. If anyone wants me to talk about a particular subject, put it in my comments. I'll be happy to put it out there. All right? Y'all have a fantastic week, and I'll catch up to you on Thursday. Take care. See you.